Hustle strategy.
Bootstrap growth on margin scales.
Execution.
If they put you out of business, you'll have a lot more leverage.
Vertical stakeholder infrastructure.
Stocks.
Bonds.
Shorts.
Shorts.
Monetize anything that breathes.
I have become so physically hot that I will boil the ocean.
Collateral.
You all right?
Yeah, sorry, allergies. It's getting pretty polleny out there. Welcome back to Collateral. I'm Seth Teeth.
I'm Wyatt Matthews.
Hey, it's good to be back. We had a little bit of a
bump in the road.
Yeah, we'll call it that. A little bit of
But we are back. And right off the bat, I have a question for you, Seth.
ask it, please.
Right before the start of this recording, I noticed you just swallowed a number of pills.
I sure did.
You pretty much, I don't know, unprompted, just
Yeah, this happened.
What the hell was that?
Me taking my pills?
Yeah.
Those were vitamins that I need to get.
Okay.
They're nutrients.
Prescribed vitamins?
Yeah, they were over-the-counter vitamins.
Vitamins.
They were vitamins, that's right.
You look, I don't know, your eyes look bigger.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They do that. That's a side effect of these vitamins. They make my eyes bigger.
Right.
Yeah.
I noticed that there was they were in those, like, little containers you would find prescribed pills in, but there was just no label on them. It was just a blank, you took one very white pill from one container and another white pill, slightly different shape from another one.
Yeah. Yeah, one of them is nitrate, and the other one is composed acetate. So I take two vitamins, two chemicals, two elements even, and they help. They help my body get the nutrients that I need. Yeah, they certainly do help.
Well, I'm glad they help.
Yeah, they help. They without them, poof. It would not be pretty. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Without the nitrate and composed acetate.
Listen, we normally don't do this, but I think we do owe maybe an apology to the anyone with any old people in their lives, or well, probably not anymore. But
yeah,
listen,
I saw that. Old people
death rates
just skyrocketed. Yeah, and old people population rates just went completely down. It was not.
They were at COVID
pretty.
levels of death.
Yeah, it was just not. It was
That's because
tragic,
of us. We do
catastrophic.
take the blame for that.
We take full responsibility for
the millions of deaths
Yeah.
of the old people of this world.
Listen, we don't. There's not really a whole lot we can do except apologize. I mean, we can try to check out.
Actually,
what's that?
Actually, we have a special guest.
That's true. We do have a special guest.
Knows about this.
Yeah.
Why don't you introduce yourself?
Someone say she's even the master of this craft.
Yes.
Master of the craft.
Please introduce yourself.
Master of the craft of death. Devon Masterson is here.
It's very nice to meet you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And see you again, Devon Masterson. I don't know why I said meet you. I know you already.
That's why you invited me on the pod.
Yeah, this is true.
Of course. So, what is it that you really do?
I'm mastering the craft of death. The surroundings, the circles of death. It's very, it's a very hard craft to master. One would say impossible to do, because to master it, you have to do it multiple times. But
It's a very lucrative business.
I mean, there's been very few people in history to have done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very few.
Very few. But you've got one with you.
Hey, wow. It's truly an honor to be in the presence of one who
you.
masters death.
Yeah.
This is quite the surreal experience for me. Being a health sector heavyweight.
And being someone close to death in general.
That's true.
Like.
Without these vitamins, I'd be damn near death.
Yeah.
One would say.
Vitamins are very important.
Yeah. Nitrate and composed
How
acetate.
do you think I've made it through mastering death? You need vitamins.
I can imagine.
What is your walk us through your daily life? What do you do? What does Devon Masterson do when she gets up in the morning or whenever that may be?
Wake up a hearty 6 a.m.
Hardy.
A hearty 6 a.m. Go for a jaunt, if you will.
Jaunt.
A jaunt.
Interesting.
Jaunting is coming back.
Yeah, we gotta bring jaunting back.
Jaunting, frolicking.
Oh, frolicking. I love a good frolic.
We go on a nice quest in the morning. Really gets the blood pumping.
I hear you there.
Then we start mastering the craft. Really
Just
early in the morning.
wow, just
You
not
really
go
jump
straight
into it.
Not even
it.
breakfast.
Yeah, you
No.
skip breakfast.
Skip breakfast.
Wow, so breakfast is not important in
Well,
the act of mastering death.
In mastering death, you must know what it feels like to feel hunger. Oh, wow. And you must master hunger if you would like to master death. That's one of the first steps. You skip breakfast.
That's truly profound. I've never experienced anything like that before. I am truly moved.
Yeah, I've never seen you skip a meal.
I eat 3, 4, hell, even 5 meals a day.
I think I've seen you eat upwards of 10 meals.
It happened.
a day.
Hey, that was a day I was, particularly hungry.
You just kept going. It was
I
incredible.
came in here and you were having second dinner.
That's true. Second dinner. I think second dinner is very important. Arguably more important than
Well,
breakfast.
let's hear it from the expert.
Yeah,
What do
please.
So when you after you skip breakfast and you go right into the mastering the craft, as you say, what does that entail? What is your work like?
A lot of hard labor, very intensive, loud noises, loud flashing lights. I usually am in a basement, upwards about anywhere between 4 to 8 hours a day.
Just in that stimulation chamber?
Yes.
I've heard about those
Yeah.
stimulation chambers. They're coming back.
Yeah. Sometimes I direct the chamber. Sometimes I'm a victim of the chamber.
Victim.
You must know all sides of the chamber.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, what does a stimulation chamber do to the human body?
It really just prepares you to face death. That's how you must master Zen. You must face it multiple times.
Okay. So at this point, what is it, like 3, 4 in the 4 in the afternoon?
Yeah, about, yeah.
What do you do now?
I frolic.
Back to frolic.
We're going back to
Back
frolic.
to
No,
frolic.
in the morning was a jaunt.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Then you
This is
master the
different.
craft.
A jaunt is different
and then
than a
you
frolic. Okay.
Frolic has more whimsy to it.
Ah, you know,
Still no lunch though.
Still no lunch.
so you're skipping 2 meals today.
Yes.
Wow. This is going to be a difficult challenge for me. It's
Oh, are you going to attempt to master it?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'd like to. I'd like to. I aspire to be very much like you.
I mean, it's not that you would like to. I think you kind of have a responsibility.
Yeah.
We both do.
We owe it to ourselves.
We do.
To do that
Yeah.
for, ourselves. We owe it to ourselves.
No. A frolic is great. You have some whimsy.
Wow.
Meet up with some people you know
And frolic.
and frolic.
Cities are built for frolicking these days.
That's true. They are making cities,
frolicable.
yeah, for frolicking. They are actually manufacturing one of these cities in Egypt. I've heard it's the Frolic City. It's
I mean, they're everywhere now.
yeah.
Yes. I mean, this whole frolic zone in New York City, just about 2 miles.
I mean,
just
New York
frolicking.
City is probably the frolic capital of the world.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like buildings,
Yeah.
streets, as far as the eye can see.
Yeah.
I could go there.
Yeah.
Hell, I could go further.
Yeah.
That's what I see when I go there.
You certainly could.
Beautiful.
You could go and just not stop. Hey, you can frolic for days in New York City.
Yeah.
There's a reason they
Living
call
the
it the
life.
frolic capital of the world.
They do. All right, so it's what now? 5 maybe.
Yes.
What are you doing now?
Then we get dinner.
Oh,
Dinner.
Okay, dinner.
Oh,
Dinner.
thank
What's
gosh.
For dinner? What's for dinner?
Oof. Had me worried there for a second. I thought we'd
yeah.
skip all 3 meals of the day.
No.
It's a weight off my shoulders, that is.
Yeah. We have vitamins with dinner.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
good.
Vitamin. You.
That's good.
You.
This is nice. This is shaping up nicely.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I know vitamins are very right.
No
Dinner,
vitamins.
peppers, hummus, vitamins, lemonade. Sometimes
Balanced.
we'll get a sandwich in there.
Now, what kind of sandwich would you chuck in for a...
Italian sandwich.
Wow.
The Italians are great at mastering death. So,
I can
So
imagine.
I hear.
Yeah.
So I hear.
Like
that's
they're made
great.
for it,
Yes.
Now, at this point, are you going to bed after this?
Oh,
Or?
no.
No. Okay.
No.
Wow. This is profound.
What's next?
This is truly something else.
We go back to the craft.
Wow. Back
Wow.
to the craft.
Back to the craft.
The craft has homework. The basement, the stimulation chamber, assigns homework.
Who knew that we'd be doing homework
That's
in
disappointing.
death?
That's disappointing.
Yeah.
No, the grind never stops, even after
Okay.
death.
All right. So you go back to that. And then do you sleep?
I do.
Okay.
About-
When is that?
About 3 a.m. to 6 a.m.
So 3
Okay,
hours.
3 hours. That's all you
Yes.
need.
That's
all you need.
actually that makes
Generous,
sense. That's what
honestly.
I've been doing.
Yeah.
I've already been on that 3 hour of sleep
Yeah.
per night grind.
You've been doing that hell every day. I've seen you.
Yeah.
We sleep in the same, area.
I've been on that. All my employees are on that too.
Yeah.
I make sure that
It's important that, employees share the same,
employees.
facilities as...
Oh, you're making me work over 8 hours. Okay. Oh my God, your life
Yeah.
is so hard.
What?
Listen,
You're getting paid.
we're trying to make money.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
you pay your employees?
Yeah.
I mean,
I know. I mean, it's,
Can you believe it?
The unions and all that, we kind of have to.
Well,
but
see.
if it were for us, we wouldn't.
The craft of mastering death does not have unions. We have unpaid
there are
interns.
no
You get
unions
paid
involved.
after you master death.
Unpaid interns. We gotta invest in that.
I mean, they say sleep is the cousin of death, the brother.
I think it's like second niece.
The sleep is the second niece
Second means
Yeah.
twice removed.
Yeah.
of
Sleep
death.
is the second
So okay,
niece.
that actually,
Yeah.
that doesn't sound. I mean, that related.
No, if anything, I'm generous. I give them 5 hours of sleep a night.
Wow.
I know.
You're very generous. You are very generous to these workers, and I'm sure they appreciate it. The 5 hours of sleep that they get
They're
every
not
night.
getting paid, but they are getting sleep.
That's good. Sleep is important. Sleep is the new currency.
And so you do this routine every day. What exactly are the benefits that you may reap from these?
Never ending. You never feel tired.
Wow.
Once you master death, you will never feel exhaustion.
That's good. That's good.
You are full of energy. You are a ball of energy. It is
Rejuvenated.
contained energy, like a firefly.
Contained energy. Mastering death is contained energy.
That makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
That adds up.
So have you? I know there can be a lot of misconceptions
Yes.
about what exactly is the death. So you have in fact mastered it.
Yes.
You've been
Faced
across
it head on. Looked death in the eye.
and lived to tell the tale.
Yeah.
Well, died to tell the tale.
Yeah, literally.
And then came back. What was that like?
Terrifying. It was the scariest experience of my life. I almost did not master death.
Wow.
I almost failed.
That's scary. I'm glad you're here, and I'm
Thank
glad
you.
you were able to
Yes.
master it. That's very very profound, and we are grateful that you mastered it.
Listen, we have had our fair share, at least I have, of run-ins with what you might call a fraud. People say, "Oh yeah, death. I've mastered that."
Yeah, death gurus on the internet.
Yeah.
They do.
r/death on Reddit.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
They're like, okay, yeah. I've
Best to
been
avoid
there.
that place. They're selling fake information.
Yes.
Fraudulent information.
I mean, if we're really getting down into it, there are just millions of cats.
Yes.
A lot of cats.
There's a lot of cats in the world,
Yeah, if you really think about it, there's like 4 cats per 1 person.
Yes.
and they say that cats have 9 lives.
Yes, cats are the originators of the craft of mastering death.
Okay.
We style our training after cats.
Interesting.
movements.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I've killed a couple cats before. I mean, they
They just come back.
it's not easy.
It's like a
I mean,
goldfish. I used to have a goldfish that mastered death.
Wow.
I know.
You can
Wow,
teach
this
this to the fish.
I can teach this to the
I mean,
fish.
hell, you can't teach anything to a fish, but
Mastering
death.
death.
That's
You can
like
master
why
death
not?
with a
that's like the
goldfish.
highest level of information you could know. So, I mean, what can we teach fish now? You teach them anything at this point.
Tell
We
us,
should go to
tell
space.
us, tell us where this is going with the fish.
I ultimately went. Fish die too easily.
Ain't that the truth?
It's sad.
It
they're
really
They're
is.
very sensitive. They're very hard to take care of. The pH of the water has to be a good.
Oh,
You have to feed them at the same
of the
time.
water.
the water.
The fwatter. Yeah,
Yeah.
the fwatter needs to be very specific.
And I went, what if fish are as difficult to kill as humans were, or as cats were, if I
Yeah,
may?
yeah.
And so I started teaching this craft to my fish. I made my mini stimulation chamber.
Wow.
For this
For a fish.
Yeah.
A fistulations chamber.
And this isn't even in I mean, that was.
Yeah.
As far as I know, you've been out of beta testing for a while. This has been out.
This has been out for...
we're out of beta testing. I ran
That's
out of
good.
beta fish.
I mean,
Beta fish. Ah.
Yeah, that's how I had to switch to goldfish.
Right,
Beta fish.
right.
but as far as I know, I mean, this has just been taking off, and it's just been spreading throughout all the oceans, all the seas, all the lakes, rivers, and ponds, and the puddles in the world.
Yeah, fish just aren't dying
Fish
anymore.
are actually.
They will overpopulate.
Soon we're gonna have more fish than water.
Yeah. It's gonna be soon. Seas and oceans are just gonna be covered and with fish, overflowing with fish.
Yeah.
Because they keep breeding and they keep living and they live forever.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's what we really need in times like these.
Take a bite out of a fish, grows back.
Comes right back. Infinite fish.
Infinite fish.
You are.
With fish comes world hunger solved.
Wow.
Death mastered.
Yeah.
So once you master death, teach it to the fish master death, and then these fish have beaten world hunger, and then humans have now been assisted with mastering death because they have beaten starvation, which is the first step of master death. It's a circle.
So what do you say to the people who say, "Oh, well, what do you say to the people who say there's too many fish?"
I don't think there's such thing, honestly. Fish are great species.
Ain't that the
They're
truth,
intelligent. They're beautiful.
Quite. So if you can teach this information to a fish, the ability to master death, and fish are known to be, the dumbest creatures on earth.
Yes.
What other animals can you teach the art of mastering death? Like, could you teach it to, say, I don't know, a snail? An insect?
I believe it's possible. However, insects and snails are much more complex creatures than fish. I believe the reason that it was able to make fish so easy to be taught is how dumb they are. If you throw information at it, it'll stick. They don't have time to process this.
Okay.
That's why the human training is so difficult and so rigorous, is because humans are much more complex than fish.
Right.
So they have to deal with these internal struggles before they can master it. Fish do not have these internal struggles. Therefore, throw it in, it sticks.
Man, what do cats eat?
Fish.
That's
What do
right.
cats drink?
Milk.
Where does milk come from? Cows.
What do cows eat?
Fish.
No. They eat grass.
Right. No, you're right.
Yeah,
What do
What does grass eat?
nutrients?
Sun.
I was going to say vitamins.
Vitamins.
Circle.
It all comes back to the
And
vitamins.
what
all
happens
comes
to
back to
grass when you
vitamins.
cut it? It grows back.
Grows back. What does growing back look like?
Coming up.
Master and death.
Yep.
Grass.
Plants have been
Masters
mastering
death.
death for years.
It's truly incredible. It's
I
truly
noticed
incredible.
that has been a trend the past couple years, that plants have just been regrowing.
Yeah. It's quite a spectacle to watch.
I don't know, I had a couple plants.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't doing well. It's kind of sad, actually.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm real sorry to hear about that. That must have been hard.
Shut up.
Okay.
You don't know. You don't know anything, Seth. Okay? You come in here. You take your vitamins. Vitamins, if that's what they are.
I can assure you
Look at
that's-
me.
Oh,
Yep.
you said coats.
Look at me.
What are you doing? What is this? Why are you getting so aggressive? We have a guest on here. A very profound speaker on here. And
No, I think we should talk about this.
right now,
Yes.
we are rolling. We are live.
You...
Was there something did I say something? We have a guest on. We can't just be talking about this in front of the guest.
Then when are we going to talk about it?
After the episode. After we record.
Mm-mm.
There's a time and a place.
Listen, I think it's great that you can keep things alive.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you bring them back? Let's get down to it. Come on, we're not just gonna sit here pretending like I care about your day and your chambers and your meals you don't eat. How do we bring them back?
Water. It's as simple as that. Water. Especially with plants.
No, I'm not talking about
Water.
plants.
What?
Tell us, how do you bring a human back?
You water it.
It can't be that simple.
It
It's
can't
that
be.
simple.
There's no way.
I've
that
left.
simple.
I mean, dead people get wet often.
Yeah.
They don't. You don't see them. You don't see zombies coming back. What's?
Have you ever seen?
You hardly ever see dry zombies.
Yeah.
I've only seen dry zombies.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, clearly you haven't been around because our zombies have been
Sopping wet.
just
Soaked.
you can't even touch them.
Yeah.
They're practically all water.
Slippery.
So what are you not keying us into?
We can tell there's something you're hiding from
Yeah.
us. We want to know what that is.
Potassium water. That's the trick.
Banana
vitamins?
water.
It's
That's the
banana.
You're
secret.
telling me.
No, it's not banana.
Okay.
You're telling me you're
think
bringing
we wouldn't
people
have
back
tried
to
that
life
with
with
banana
banana
water?
water?
All right.
Seriously?
All right. Is anything you've told us today?
Have you been telling us the truth at all?
Has anything you've told us today been true?
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
Has anything you've told us been a lie?
Absolutely.
We need to
She's
know.
been lying. She's been lying. This isn't mastering death. This is mastering lying, is what it is.
Mastering lying
Mastering
with
deceit.
Devon Lyerson.
Really rolls off the tongue, I think.
Devon Lyerson.
What kind of name is Masterson?
Mastering what?
Lying.
Exactly.
We don't believe you.
We need to know how to bring him back. We need to know the full, honest truth.
Now.
Full honest truth,
Mm.
I've only mastered death once. I
A
haven't done
rookie.
it multiple times.
A rookie? You brought on a rookie to our show, Seth?
This was both of us.
Okay, no.
This
No,
was
no,
both of
this
us.
Was
This was-
not. Don't put this on me.
This was both of us. We both wanted this.
Listen,
We can learn a lot from a rookie. They can do things that we can't.
she's mastered death one time.
Yeah,
If
how
that.
many times have we mastered death? 0. There's something to learn.
We could figure it out on our own at this point.
Can't. We haven't done the studies. She has. We can learn from her. There's so much we don't know.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Give
All
her a
right.
chance.
All right. Yeah. Let's spin this wheel one more time, huh?
Okay.
Devon. Devon Masterson, if that's even your name.
Yeah.
That is my name.
How?
Rookie Devon Masterson.
Hey, come on.
Yeah.
I
Take it
prefer
easy, all right?
apprentice.
Apprentice. So there's a real master.
There is a real master.
Devon Apprenticison?
She changed her name.
You've changed your name 3 times. We want to know the truth. What is your real name?
Optimus
All right.
Apprenticison.
Optimus Apprenticison. I believe
Okay,
it.
What?
Yeah.
I believe it. No,
What?
I believe it. She had a twinkle in her eye. That means they're telling the truth. No sane
I'm
person
not
would be
calling her
named
that. I'm
Optimus.
not calling
That's
her that.
Okay.
I'm not.
What do you want to call her?
Devon.
Devon? You think that's a real name? Devon?
I met plenty of Devons.
I can't believe you
Nice
sometimes.
Devons, actually.
Are you lying to me
Actually,
right now?
some of my favorite people are named Devon.
Yeah? Name
Yeah.
one.
I'm not telling you.
All right.
I'm not named
Because you
Devon.
can't. You don't know anybody named Devon because that's not a real name.
You know, if you don't want to be here, you can leave, and I will gladly learn the ways of mastering death.
I want to be here.
Oh, really?
I just want you to say
Right,
the
then-
name. Say her name.
I believe it's Devon Masterson. Okay, you know what? I
Is
believe
that
it.
true? Is that your
I
name?
believe it.
Or is it Optimus Apprenticison?
My name, birth given, Optimus Apprenticison.
No, it's not.
I don't know what to tell you.
All right. Well, I'm not calling you that. I'm calling you.
What are you going to call her? Say it.
Rise. I'm calling you Rise. All right, Rise.
Okay.
Now tell us. How do we do it?
Truth be told, the stimulation chambers, the banana water, they've all been things that I've been passed down to.
Well, thanks for coming on. It's
been great having you.
Yeah,
on.
you can leave. I think we've heard enough.
I think
we've learned a lot. We've learned a lot about ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, Devon, Rise.
Optimus.
Well, I don't even know what to call you anymore at this point. There's
Fine.
like-
Okay, Optimus.
Optimus?
If that is what
You're really giving into it right now. We're at the end.
given, it's just
All right. You know you're
My
right. You're
name,
right.
man.
Optimus. It's been a pleasure meeting
been
you.
a real pleasure.
I've never met anybody who has mastered death before, and it's quite.
Yeah.
It's an honor. It truly is.
It's really interesting.
Even if this is your first, you've mastered death once, I still feel like we have a lot to learn from you.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
When I master it again, I'll be sure to let you know.
Please.
And I'll update you.
All right, the door's over there.
Why are you so aggressive?
Go. All right. Thanks again.
Why were you so aggressive?
You don't have to
Derek?
whisper. She's gone.
I know, but I just don't. Why?
Listen. You think we're gonna just allow people to come on and just lie, just spew lies?
I didn't know
on
that
our
she was gonna
podcast?
lie. I didn't know she was gonna lie.
You knew her more than I did.
Yeah, she told me she mastered death. She didn't tell me how many times.
You told me we're bringing on someone who has mastered death before.
Yeah,
And I believed you.
she has. She mastered death once.
That could not be true.
It is. You don't believe her? Have you seen her? She's got a twinkle in her eye.
You keep bringing that up.
Yeah, because it's very important.
Well, you know who else had a twinkle in their eye?
Tell me, please.
Santa Claus.
Santa?
Yeah.
Seriously?
And guess what?
What's
He's
it?
not real.
You don't know that.
Yeah.
You don't.
I
You
do.
don't. Have you met him?
I haven't because he's not real.
Yeah, he could be.
No,
He could be.
he's not real. I stayed up all night.
Oh my gosh.
You know, when I was 9
You're
years
rambling about Santa.
old, Seth. When I was 9 years old,
Oh,
I
please.
slept next to
Tell
that
me the
Christmas
sob
tree.
story.
I stayed up all night on the couch pretending to be asleep.
Yeah? What'd you see?
You know what I saw?
Nothing.
At around 1:20 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
I saw none other than my own father coming down those stairs with his big hands and his big feet and his big pen. And what was he doing?
What was he doing?
He was signing Christmas cards and he was writing. You know what he was writing on
Tell
the
me,
presents
please.
under the
Oh my
tree?
gosh, I want to know.
Put presents under that tree,
Yeah.
Seth. And you know what he wrote?
What's that?
To Wyatt from Santa.
You're telling me, you, Wyatt Matthews, are telling me that Santa from the North Pole is a fictional character?
Yes. Anyway,
This has been Collateral. Yeah. This is,
I'm Wyatt Matthews.
and I'm Seth Teeth. Merry Christmas, everyone.